Oh, wait, where am I? Where am I? Am I there? Am I back? Hello? Hello! Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. How are you? Anna, so glad to see you. Hello. Oh wait, I waved my hands, but I'm not on that screen just yet. Oh gosh, the blink sensitivity is going all over the place. Hold on, give me a moment. I have got a very odd setup, so you'll see some behind the scenes. Hold on. Hold on. Shh, ignore, there we go. Maybe that'll work. We will see. But yes, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. How are you, Nimona? I'm glad you are here. But I see VC Face Enjoyer. Yes, yes, currently. And a typo in my stream content. Oh, I don't think so. I think it's quite right. Yes, more culty. Not cute. There is no cuteness here. Your parents visited this week, so it was nice to see the dog. I did see the dog. I did see the dog in all the pictures of it. So cute. Such a very cute little puppy dog. I do like that. Oh, let's see if over this way, will it be a bit better? There we go. Maybe. Tracking is always a little bit off when I do these hand cam streams, simply because of how I have to have things set up. But we'll work with it. We'll work with it. You missed the dog already. I completely understand. I have not heard you say miss the parents, but definitely miss the dogs. Very nice with fluffy ears and likes to sing and put cute puppy paws on you. Also, Avium, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well too. How are you? How are you on this fine day? Well, fine night as it is at the moment, which is perfect timing for what we're going to do. You can only be so direct out here in Twitch chat. Not like a little puppy dog. I do want my own little puppy dog. One day, we'll get a puppy dog on this ship. Chicken Pet, hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening as well. I hope you're doing good too. How are you? I have returned with the legendary black outfit. We all know what that means. We all know what that means. In here in this stream where you're treated well. This is going to be quite different from the usual stream, simply because of the setup. But this will be very new to you as well, Nimona. So I hope you enjoy. You don't know what it means. You will see. You will see in time. Actually, I think we could probably move on over to that screen, because I could still chat to everybody there as well. So, make sure I press the right button, just so there's nothing. There we go! Oh, my mouse is in the way. Ignore that. There we go. Here we are! And also... Hello. Can you see me down there? Hello. This is what this means. My banner is kind of in the way. It is a little bit in the way. There's a little banner down here. There we go. Pat the little banner. Hello, Anna's fans. Hello! With my knitted gloves. Pretty nails. I went for the theme today. So we've got black and red because we will be doing some summoning. So we'll be very culty today. Also, they have a cat, so they're good. They're good in my books. Bye. Like how it fades to red. Oh, my mic didn't pick that up when I went quiet. I think the settings are too low. Good. Censoring me. This is what we're doing today. I have read the instructions once and once only, so we'll need to read them again. I have left the film on the cards so we can do that together. And we're gonna have fun that way. Also, Bubbler, hello! I hope you're doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And yes, hand reveal. I think this is the... What streams have I done with my hands? There was one before the block building, but I can't remember what it was. What was it before I did the block building? I can't remember. Because there was another top-down stream that I did. And then I did the block building. Lego one, and reading. Reading was the first one, and that's when I had long black gloves on. So I still have those long black gloves. That's when we did Eldritch Horror. The Lovecraftian, thank you! I don't know why that disappeared from my mind entirely. One of these days, Shadow blows up, there will be one... Wait, what? One of the old schoolers throwing shade at me. Well, you get these viewers you covered. Number trade stream with Twitch. I wish. By virtue of being the only trade streamer with Twitch, but I was here since the start. Only trade streamer, because I'm the only one mad enough to do it. And we're delving into the realm of madness once more. Hopefully, it's a not easier madness, because apparently... Oh, hopefully this doesn't reflect. I don't know if that's going to focus. Focus. 20. It's apparently meant to take 20 minutes. Which means it's not. It's going to take about an hour, I would assume, because that's how long things usually go for me. It's like, oh, 20 minutes? Okay, times that by 3. Times that by a lot. You repressed cosmic... Oh, a repressed cosmic horror. Yeah, we're all good. And you did some summoning as well. Of Azazel to the field in attack position. Oh. Older than 12 confirmed. Slowly narrowed down her age. Who knows? Am I older than 12? Is this 12 plus? Maybe I'm just being naughty. Who knows? Maybe I'm not. Alright, let's see. Shall we get this open? Shall we open this up and have a look inside? I just realized with films, they could be slightly reflective, so I'm going to be very careful. Also, do you like the little shining on the outsides? I've got... Hold on, can I reach? I've got these candles, but you can't really see it that well. But they're helping me keep a border on how far out I can put things. It's a smart way to add atmosphere and also keep your borders. I played with Lego. The same lighter, so you can safely do she's between 12 and 99. Narrowing it down slowly. Potentially. Who knows? Considering Twitch is 13 plus, if Anna is naughty now, she has been naughty all the time. All the time. And we played a lot of games. That would be... Have we played any games that have been 12 plus? Actually, I don't think so. I don't think I've played any above 12 plus games on stream. Because technically, the DLC for Outer Worlds was 12 plus, and I'm pretty sure we didn't get into 12 plus content in that game. It will get awkward when we advance technology to put human brains in robots' bodies, so we don't biologically age, and then after we hit 100 years old, we can't play with Legos anymore. They're gonna have to do something about that quickly, so that we could play Legos. I want to play with Legos and things like that. Well, into however old I may be. Hey. At that point, you are Legos. That's true. Start having like Lego. You just swap things in. You just swap things in whenever you need. Need extra arms to do extra things? Extra arms. I don't know how long that would take for the brain to kind of like kick in. If it is the brain in the robot body, then your brain will have to adapt. But if you could just go, yeah, no, I could do this now, that'd be even better. Also, Warrior, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, I hope you're doing well, how are you? And I am not adorable. I am not, I am a culty girl today. I was gonna say culty boy. I say everything as like culty boy, because it just sounds really cute. But we are being very culty today. We unfortunately do not have a cat of our own. But maybe one day, maybe we could complete the look with a black cat. You love the hand gestures, they are majestic. See, this is what you miss when I'm just playing kind of games, because I guess I have to be like holding a controller or like tap, 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 tap all the time with the keys and the keyboard. And then when I'm just talking normally to myself, I'm just like, hello. To myself, yes, I do talk out loud to myself sometimes. but I also gesture a lot. So we got a lot of hand gestures. I hopefully won't knock any cards again. I have knocked Lego pieces before. You're rushing out your 5 cute remarks today. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So you think culty boys, girls, are cute? Culty boys. Just the way of saying it. Just the way of saying it. This isn't cute for myself. No. You don't have to press buttons when you play the trains 95% of the time because you're just in cruise control going around in overspace because of the temporal disrespect. It's true. Alright, hi. I want to see what's in here. Oh, is that slightly reflective? Hold on. Is that slightly reflective? Hold on. Gotcha. Wait. We have slightly reflective black, a bag. So instead, step it out really quickly. First up, we have tokens with skulls of fire, because why not? I'm glad there's fire. This is really representative of me. Not a lot of you have seen how that's representative of me, but it is. Oh, there's actually 3 skull boys. There we go. Do I have a balaclava? I should. But the problem is then you won't be able to hear me clearly. So we're just careful. Careful. This is why I'm wearing matte nails today. I've got matte nails. Oh, it's not focusing because then it's not as reflective. See? Smart. Oh, how am I doing? I am doing great. Thank you, Warrior. I have had a busy day of work, climbing, and now we're going to play some board games. It's like a full-on day. I also had to do some shopping. She has hand balaclavas. Yeah, look how cute they are. I like these kind of gloves. They're knitted, they're very cozy. And it means I can use my fingers and all that when it comes to playing with cards. It's not going to be a problem, hopefully. You see, if I were to tip the camera back, which I won't, you can see that I have literally fire elemental and there is a fire burning where my head should be. And I'm using thermal convection to move robot hands today. Woo! To be honest, I am just a cabbage controlling a human. Or am I the human controlling the cabbage? We haven't quite established that bit yet. Either way, there is free will here. Want to see a skull? And a cassette? And a cassette? As in a cassette tape? Do you believe that the Kool-Aid Man is the liquid or the pitcher? I feel like the pitcher, right? And then the Kool-Aid in him is like just his blood. You just look at inside the body basically at all times because, you know. You're not sure burnt cabbage is any good or tasty. Huh? Don't try and eat me. No. Alright. We also have the instructions, which you may not be able to read unless I really kind of bring it close. Oh, actually, bring it close. And then it won't focus. Perfect. Amazing. We also have tilted away so it's not much reflection cards, which I will unravel now. Okay, I'm going to enjoy this. Oh, how do I get this open with these nails on? This is a problem. Where's the tab that you open these with? I should have opened these before stream. I'm gonna, there is also more cards, but I'm gonna get some scissors. The benefit of basically being in the kitchen as I do this. If no one has seen these streams before, this is quite literally the dining room slash kitchen slash living room of where I currently am. So everybody has been kicked out. Actually, I'm going to have to turn off some filters so you can hear the rattling. Let's turn off the noise gate for the moment. Let's see if this works. There we go. That works better. I don't know how that went. How was that? How was that? We have one pile of cards. Next up, second pile of cards. Hold on. There we go. I got an incision. There we go. Oh no, I didn't. This is not going well. There we go. Second pile of cards. Oh! What? Hello for entering. What is this? You've chosen your stream as the background noise for my outgoing departure to the toilet. Thanks in advance. Thank you for the 100 bits. Kimon? Is that how I would say your name? Kimon. Thank you very much. That is very interesting. Thank you for the 100 bits. What is this? Well, you were hearing me set up a game that I have never played before. Boop. You think I missed an I. Kimi? Kimi? Kimion? Yes, Kibion. I am. Oh gosh, this is good. Hopefully, this game doesn't involve a lot of reading. Otherwise, I am in trouble. Although we do have to read some rules. Also, we've got a plinth. Nice wooden plinth, so we can do our summoning rituals. So I'm gonna put these cards up here. And we'll create a stack of these tokens. They'll probably have to be easily accessible, so I'll put them over this side. Oh, let's try to keep that in frame. There we go. It's not Yu-Gi-Oh, so you'll be fine. I'm hoping it's a lot easier than things like Yu-Gi-Oh and everything, because I forget all the rules for most card games. So instead we've gone for something simple, and it's single player as well, this one, which is great. It'd be really cool if one day, I don't know how this would ever be possible, but to do like an off collab board game night. Because I know that Tofu is willing to show hands, but I haven't seen her in person, so we'll probably need to wait a while, but it would be amazing. You and then you'd need to obtain Heart of the Cards. Oh gosh, what does this all mean? Alright, let's get these scissors out of the way before I deal some damage. That would not be good. And I'll put the mouse over here. I'll have to do a bit of a reach around so that I can actually reach it. And there we go. It only took us almost half an hour since beginning stream to open a box. So there we go. Oh, doesn't have to be perfect because we've got instructions to read. Luckily, they're not that long. It's literally only a few pages. Also, there is sheet music in this game. Ah, I forgot to check out the music for this game. They actually have different soundtracks. Maybe if we play this again, I'll get that up, because if I enjoy this, I will probably be playing it quite a bit. Is the game infinite? Is there Aleph Null turns in it? Oh, we would hope, wouldn't we? I would like for this to continue on and on, whatever. That would be very culty, wouldn't it? Ow, I think I gave myself a... No, I think I just avoided giving myself splinters. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, Anna. You enjoy the hand cam streams due to Anna's ninjutsu gestures. I am not cute. I am not cute. I just do this all the time. Ooh. I also hurt myself a lot because I do this all the time. So there we go. I really do hope that in the future, if there's ever a kind of like opportunity where I can set something up a bit more permanent for handcam streams, or something that is a lot easier to set up for handcam streams, that I'll be able to do them more often or more regularly, like board game nights and things like that would be super fun. But for now, they're a rarity, so we're just gonna have to get used to that. You know what Anna stands for? It's Aleph, Null, Null, Aleph. We're getting onto something. We're getting somewhere. All right, let's have a little look-see through, shall we? Shall I do aim of the game? First, we should probably say it. Aleph, Null. The ritual. Can we bring that up here? Is it going to focus? No. You'll get to see a book as I read a book. And it was extremely cute. I am not. No. We're going to read a book today. We're going to read a book. We're going to summon... Actually, it's going to tell us. I'm going to read before I get distracted by you lot again. You lot over there. Not going to be distracted again, okay? You're performing a ritual to summon Baphomet. Is that how you say it? Baphomet? 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 Just a really dangerous thing, but okay. When he appears, Baphomet expects there to be no cards in your hand, the deck, and the discard pile. If there are any cards remaining in any of these 3 zones, you lose. However, not losing does not guarantee you have won. Any other cards still in play count against you, and with too many cards in play, you will lose regardless. Can you survive the harsh punishment of Baphomet? Grandma Anna! Oh gosh, should I do... You will need 28 cards, main deck. 12 inheritance, interference, cards in 3 levels. Oh, okay, that's what that means. 1 Aleph Null inspired Lux something promotion card. Oh, we get a promotion card. Okay, I have to look for that. A Lux, whatever that is, inspired inheritance card. 9 Grimoire cards, 14 FAQ cards. Okay, we could put those FAQ cards on the side as we do this. 3 magical power tokens. These guys over here, there is a stack of 3. You could just, if I do that, you can see it easily. No, not really. You get the gist. 3 damage tokens. 3 damage boys over there. 1 Baphomet card without text for if you want to play with style. And we can create our own, but I'll probably leave that out for now. Would a grimoire stand in the rulebook? This thing. I see your grandma has been unleashed only for a minute because otherwise my voice would die. Is this book about how cute Anna is? No, it's about how evil I am. Oh, we need to set things up like this. Is this going to be a rough room? We might have to set it up slightly differently. The preparation of the operator, aka setting up the game. Place the wooden stand at an easy reach and assemble the grimoire Verum. Oh, that's an M. By putting the rector's right side pages in the correct order. Cover, circle, preparation, fasting, fumigation, exorcism, reading, last, and hierarchy. All right, let's get those out then. Let's have a little look-sees. Where are these guys? Okay, so they're the 3 play cards. So we were just going to put those to the side. Let's put them away. Let's put them over there. In the box. In the box. Put everything that you don't need in the box. There we go. And then... Baphomet. There he is. That's who we're summoning. Do we need to play with the Lux ones? Is that like a promotion for their other games? That looks kind of cool, actually. I love how you're in the living room so everyone can hear the grandma voice. You do not know how small my living room is. Take 1 damage and advance the hour. All right, we'll put those over there for now. We are looking for the gates of hell. That's fun. What are these? Are these Q&A cards? Hold on. Are these Q&A cards? They look like it. FNQ. Frequently asked questions. That's what it means. So I think these are. Hi. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. Oh gosh, they're all falling off my hands as well. Few more. There we go. And then the grand hierarchy. Okay, we're getting there. So these are the Q&A cards. Let's put them over there. Those are the Lux cards. We'll put those over there. I must be out my grandma place now. Grandma summons the demon. Yes. All right, the grimoire. There we go. There's our grimoire. So I believe that is in order. We need the order of the cover page, the circle, which is that one, preparation, which is that one, fasting, fumigation, exorcism, reading, conjuration, the last conjuration. The last. Okay. So that's our book. There we go. We'll put our book on our plinth as it instructs us to do. You like the aesthetic already? I haven't taken out the cards, but I did see kind of as I was flicking through here how it roughly would look. And I really do like it. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So I see like a lot of games that have that weird like gothic horror element, but First Train is now this. That is so true. I think I'd kind of like the slight eldritch horror. Like it's not a visual thing, it's just an idea. I think that's the kind of horror I like, because I'm not hugely into things that are scary, but this kind of vibe, I guess you could say, is kind of quite cool. I quite like it. But it's very odd because I'm someone who likes really cutesy things. So for example, I have like the tofu cute blanket, which is pinks and pastel blues, and I like kind of really cutesy animes and stuff like that. And then on the other side, I'm like, yes, let's go summoning today. So it's just, you can enjoy all the stuff. You can enjoy as much as you want, right? No barriers. Just realized I reminded Birdline from Celeste. Wait, really? I actually got Celeste. I got Celeste, but I haven't played it yet. It's on my vastly growing list of games to play. You stream Metalhead, and on the hand, Nimona means the world to you. And has a lot of self-confidence, loves herself confirmed. Wait, no. I'm not cute, but I'm okay with me. And it talks about using things. Yuko's talking about herself. No, I'm not. It's not me. It's this tofu blanket, which I have behind me, but I haven't quite wrapped myself up in yet. I put the heating on so I wouldn't need to. All right. We formed a supply within reach for the tokens, so we've done that. Open the grimoire. We need to open it to the first place. Also, Iris, thank you for the head pats. Pat, 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 pat. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Metal is just what speaks to you. It's what you've been, the way it's been since you were 5. Fair enough. For me, I've always liked J-pop, but I always like the J-pop that isn't like the lovey-dovey J-pop. It's always like the, I don't know. I can't explain fully how, but one day you may know, because I'm very slowly doing something in my own time. Very slowly, so I won't even say anything just yet. Where's the channel point redeemed to flip the table? I am not flipping this table. Maybe if I set it in millions, maybe. You totally forgot I was streaming today. Ah, that's okay. Or maybe you never knew. It's all good. We haven't really started yet. We're still reading through the rules. The first page of the rules. Because we've just been chatting away. And a releasing an live now been confirmed. I wish. Oh my goodness, I wish. But no. First order logic. Wow. You would buy my Idol album. I do not have the vocals for that at all. At all. You can't stay super long, Ayunusu. That's okay. Thank you very much for putting along regardless. And also there will be VOD forever, or well, as long as YouTube stays up. Oh, it would be like the last, oh my gosh, Blethagor album, and with clean vocals and all the lyrics are about cabbage. Oh, cabbage songs. Let's go. All right, I should read this. Cover to the left. Choose your difficulty. For your first game, we recommend to use the easiest difficulty, Circle of the Adept. Shuffle the necessary interference cards of the appropriate levels and randomly draw the given number of cards. Place these interference cards to the side and put the remaining interferences in the box. Okay, what did interference cards look like? There are 12 in 3 levels. Okay. So, are these some of the interference cards? Because they have the bits on the back. So there's 2, there's 3. I assume if we go with Circle of the Adept, it'll be very easy. Play with 3 randomly chosen level 1 and 2 interference cards. What? Play with 3 randomly chosen level 1 and 2 interference cards. Add one of them at the transition from hours 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. Do I look at them? Place this side, put the remaining. It doesn't actually say. So it's level 1, 3 randomly chosen. So none of these ones, because they're all really high. They're levels 2 and 3. So we gotta go with this. You bite my statue, don't be scared. It's another inside joke. Who's getting figures? Alright, these are level 1s. That's a level 3, put you to the side. That's a level 2, level 1. Okay, there's only that many level 1s. There's not a lot of level 1s. So that's all good. And also, I think I won't be playing with, yeah, the special kind of ones. Because I don't know what this is, and I want to start off basic. Because I like to learn. And there is an idol. I knew a cuteness would be recognized by the world. No, I'm not cute. And I'm most definitely not an idol. Most definitely not. Alright, there are only, what is this? 4 level 1 interferences. So we'll just kind of shuffle randomly like this. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. A shuffle, shuffle. There we go. And then we take 3. 1, 2, 3. Put the other one in the box. And place it between the hours 2 to 3. I'm not even... Okay, I've turned this up, but I'm not really looking at it. Wait, what? That's the first hour, so I need to put it here. 1, 3 to 4, 2, and 4 to 5. Okay, there we go. Put the interference cards. We're gonna have some problems along the way, but that's okay. We can deal with them. Shuffle all 28 of the main deck and place them face down. This is your deck. Ensure that you leave enough space for a discard pile adjacent to it. Also leave space next to the grimoire for the sacrifice pile. Okay. So I'll take all these kind of helping cards, I guess you would call them, And I'll put them off to the side here. Also, Bahumat, sorry, you're going to have to just kind of... Maybe you can live up there. Maybe you can be the picture that we aspire to. Kind of, you know, bring forth into this world. So maybe I can move this down a little bit. There we go. The sacrifice! Did you ever play Inscription? I did not, because the face scares me. I saw it once. Actually, now that you say that, I'm in a slightly dark room and I'm getting scared again. So, I have not. I have not. Just gotta sacrifice the rock. Let's have a look. Okay, so it also leaves space for the grimoire. So we're shuffling these. What? Chicken. If I need to step away to turn the lights, please do. But then it will ruin the aesthetic. You used to be able to play it. Do I play chess? Also no. If you've seen my Railbound streams, like, my puzzle skills aren't the best. They're always trial and error kind of based. So I don't think anything like chess or whatnot would do very well with me, unfortunately. But maybe I should learn one day. Maybe I'll surprise myself. But definitely games that have kind of like puzzle elements with story, I do love. I think that's why I like D&D quite a bit, because it's very story heavy, but I also love the combat. I actually really enjoy the combat. And playing it with people who can do very good teamwork, and also against well, I say against, with a DM that likes to be creative with their encounters. It's a lot of fun. Magnus. Oh, I don't know if I know who that is. The only Magnus I know is a climbing YouTuber. You love the combat as well. It's a lot of fun. Birds of a feather. I feel like I do kind of like, with my streams, unintentionally, I've attracted a lot of people who are into similar hobbies. You like Chess Simp on YouTube? He has very funny chess videos. Funny chess videos. I'll have to check that out. And he's a chess world champion. Oh my goodness. Or at least former. Me as a team be like, you encountered 2 cookie fairies. Wow. What are they? Why are they cookie fairies? Are they fairies that look like cookies, or do they turn people into cookies? I know that the Fae can be very tricksy. But yeah. Oh, someone else is now champion because someone didn't play. Interesting, interesting. They're both. Oh gosh. Wait, did they turn themselves into cookies? Is that what's happened? All right, one more shuffle and we'll put this. Where was this meant to go? To the side. To the left. To the left. To the left. All right, there we go. This is a lot of cards. And we have to get rid of all of them. Somehow. I don't know how that's even possible. Oh, yes, we're gonna have some struggles with putting discard piles to the side. So hopefully we can put them up here instead. It would make sense to like discard up. Unless we have to do summoning. We shall see. Oh no, the sacrifice pile is here. We'll see how this goes because the width of this isn't really wide enough. So we'll see. Maybe the discard pile can just kind of shimmy off to the side and you won't be able to fully see it. We shall see how this goes. There we go. And they just resemble cookies a little bit. You drew them once, but too lazy to go search for it. Oh, you actually came up with that. All right, can we just turn this away so the light isn't too bright on there, but still gives a bit of light? Maybe this will work. We shall see. All right, turn the next page of the grimoire. It is now sunset, hour 1. So selected our difficulty, we've set up our game, and now potentially we're in our game. The preparation of the operator. Having memorized what to say and do with my powers of will, I can do something witching too. Oh, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Commence the rituals of preparation. At the end of this hour, when the deck is depleted, shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck. Turn this page. Oh, interesting. How does this work then? That's 28 cards. You're a little unfocused. You can't really follow this. It's just been a long week. That's okay. I don't really know what's going on yet. This is all our first go through, so we're just kind of having a bit of fun. This is the kind of fun I like to have. So this is also could be kind of like a, hey, I'm trying out this new game. If you enjoy it, feel like picking up for yourself. Because, you know, board games are fun. I enjoy board games. I hope you do too. You don't have to, but I like them. And also having a solo board game seems like a lot of fun. Alright, commencing the ritual, aka playing the game. The game is played over a number of turns. Each turn you draw cards, play them, and discard the rest. Every time your deck is empty and you need to draw or reveal more cards, you reshuffle your discard pile and advance the hour. As you are thinning out your deck, the number of turns you can take before you need to reshuffle will decrease as the game goes on. So the turn, okay, that didn't all pick up in my mind, but we'll get there. Draw 5 cards from the deck. These cards make up your hand for the current turn. At the end of the turn, you must discard all unused cards from your hand. If there are not enough cards in the main deck to fill up your hand, draw as many as you can, and then advance the hour and continue drawing. If there are still not enough cards to make a full hand, draw as many as you can. Okay, we'll draw 5 cards from the deck. What is this game? Aleph Null. Actually, that's a good point, maybe. But then I think I would run out of room on here. Hold on, if I can just put that bit of the box over there. Oh, that's too bright. Oh, and that doesn't give you enough light. Hold on. Let's see if I can. That's as dim as it go. Oh, now I'm changing colors. There we go. You can kind of just see it down there. It doesn't quite work. Aleph Null. I'll just tell people when they come in. Also, where are you going to sleep? That's okay. Have fun. Sleep well. I'll keep the stream up. Have fun. Oh, you gotta go to sleep to this. I hope it's a fun stream to go to sleep to. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. You misread the title as Cutie Time. I was like, wait. Cultie! We're cults today. I think this game is a lot more pleasant than the other game you picked up from my channel if it truly goes for 30 minutes. Knowing me, it's going to go for a lot longer. We're almost an hour in. This is going to take 20 minutes, but maybe it takes 20 minutes if you know what you're doing. I can add the name into the title of the stream. I feel like I should do that. Let me just... let's actually just put that as first. Aleph. No. Aleph, no. Board game. Oh. Let's see. Can I capitalize that, please? There we go. Did I spell it right? Oh, there's apparently meant to be a space. There we go. And when I upload it, I'll just call it Cultie Time, because I'll have the name and the title anyway. And there we go. Maybe it takes 20 minutes if you don't know what you're doing. Very true. You just throw it away after 20 minutes. You're like, I'm done. I'm done. And his cute soothing voice helps you feel relaxed. It's not cute, but I'm glad it relaxes you. All right, I am going to start drawing some cards. I don't know what exactly. Oh gosh, what? I just got Baphomet into my hand. Wait, hold on. I drew 5 cards. What is this special card? What is this? When summoned, sacrifice all other cards in play, preventing all... We haven't learned what that symbol means. Lose 1 point for each card sacrificed in this way. The ritual is over. Did I just get an end game card straight away? What? That was a fast game. We're gonna have to see. Okay, hold on. These cards make up your hand for the card at the end of the turn. You may discard all unused cards from your hand. If there are not enough cards in the main deck to fill up your hand, draw as many as you can. I feel like I'm gonna have to read ahead a bit more to figure out what is actually going on. You just put the card down and start over. But it says when summoned. I'm not summoning anything right now, right? Wait, what was... Yeah, I don't have a summon option in this just yet. I have a sacrifice at discard. I am so confused. Hold on, let's see the rest. Whenever you are instructed to advance the hour, you take the discard pile, shuffle these cards, and set up as a new deck. Depending on the chosen difficulty and the hour, you may also need to add 1 interference card before shuffling. After the deck is set up, turn the grimoire to the next page. You might take damage when you advance the hour. See magical power below. If for any reason the hour advances past the final hour, okay, and Bahamut is not in play, you immediately lose the game. I am very confused. This is making you want to go back into the world of horror, which is essentially a single-player board game in a computer. Did you just say if Bahamut is not in play, you immediately lose? If you advance the final hour, yes. But we've got him in our hand already, so should be fine. On the use of cards, here we go. This is what we need. Cards can be in 1 of 5 different zones in your deck. In your hand, in play, in the discard pile, or in the sacrifice pile. Summon. Bring cards into play. You cannot use the cards in your hand directly. You must first bring them into play by summoning. Oh, so this isn't in my hands. I've drawn them, but they're not in my hand? Huh. To summon a card from your hand, you must pay its cost to summon. Most of the cards have a magical power cost. See magical power below. In the top left corner, some cards have a special cost, which I'm pretty sure is that's a special. The special cards mention their cost on the scroll. You may summon as many cards as you want during your turn, and in any order you choose. There's no limit to the number of cards you can have in play at the same time. I'm assuming this is going to end up being discarded, because the special cost is Sacrifice, Book of Pacts, Wand of Power, and Grand Circle, which have not popped up yet. And also we want to get our deck low. I guess all cards in play is everything, including your deck. Because you want to get rid of your deck too, apparently. You got a lag, Ayulisu. Okay. You honestly haven't seen my YouTube before. Your thumbs are pretty fun. Love the expressions. I do try. I do try. I don't promote it at all, so it does kind of make sense. I used to have like a little banner that popped up, but I got rid of it because it really did not look good. I'll need to create a new one at some point. Because the devil's details. Alright. Important. Whenever you draw an interference card, you must summon it immediately. If you draw 2 or more interference cards, you can summon them in any order. But you must summon all of them. If you cannot pay the associated cost, you must use cards in play in order to generate the necessary magical power until you summon all interference cards in hand. You cannot use cards to in play for any effect other than generating magical power. Okay. Card actions, scrap and sacrifice. All right. Let's start this with like maybe not Bahamut himself. That's a bit much. There's a zero. There's a zero cost here. The candle. The wax candle. If I push everything just up that tiny bit more, I could probably... Sorry, Bahamut, you're gonna have to go back a little bit. There we go. We'll still have the discard pile up here. But now hopefully we can just push these into view too. There we go. As I read the instructions and put them in the way. Once a card is in play, you may use its card actions during your turn. There are card actions you can actively use, and they always include an arrow. Okay, so can we see that? I think that means the arrow. So like scrap to gain, and you get that much power, maybe? I think magical power at the flames. On the left of the arrow, you see the cost to use this action. On the right of the arrow, you see the effect you gain. Example, when this card is in play, so with the scrap and everything, it allows you to either scrap or sacrifice it. If you scrap a card, it goes to the discard pile. If you sacrifice a card, it goes to the sacrifice pile. Wow! Made me jump. It is now out of the game. If you sacrifice it, it's out of the game. Wasn't there something about the sacrifice pile? If there were cards in the sacrifice pile, that's also counted against you? Did I forget that? Oh well, we are continuing on. If the action does not specify a certain card to be scrapped or sacrificed, see example, it always means itself. Important! You cannot just voluntarily scrap or sacrifice a card. You may only ever do this if you have that option via a card cost or effect. What? You cannot just voluntarily scrap or sacrifice a card. You must only ever do this if you have that option via a card cost or effect. So candle, if the hour is 4 or more, sacrifice wax candle instead of scrapping it. Does that mean I can scrap it now? I'm hoping that the more I read, the more I understand. That is the goal. You may use any number of card actions in play, including any from cards just summoned. So if you summon them, you get different effects, maybe? Either before or after summoning cards from your hand. As you see fit, exception, interference cards. Okay, so we can do it as we see fit. Unless it's interference, then you have to do it immediately. Please note that cards that are scrapped or sacrificed are put into their respective pile immediately before any of their effects is resolved or any other effects are triggered. Ongoing effects. A card with an arrow. No arrow has an ongoing effect that is active as long as that card is in play. So here we go. There's a sword symbol that we saw somewhere before. I can't... It's not focusing. Focus! Focus. It's right there. It's now very blurry. Oh, that worked. The sword effect. Several cards have a, I assume that's a sword, maybe it's a cross effect. The sword or cross effect of a card will be triggered and resolved only when the card is sacrificed by any means. If multiple of these effects are triggered at the same time, resolve them in any order you want. Please note, it is irrelevant in what zone the card with the sword or cross effect was when it is sacrificed, unless another effect presents it. These effects always occur when sacrificed. Okay. I'm kind of... What is that? The last piece of Pokemon. Ah, the Pokemon came out yesterday. So, wait, was that actually the last bit? Outside of a gacha that you don't care about? This is the actual footage of your internal monologue when you try to study philosophy. What? If I keep reading, maybe I'll understand it at some point. This seems far too true. Alright, magical power. Here we go. Many cards have a summoning cost of 0 and thus can be summoned for free. Wait, what is summoned for free? Wait. What do you mean summoned for free? As in, I don't need any... Okay, because this is 0. Does that mean I don't need to use any magical power to summon it? Wait, is there a summoning pile as well? No. We'll figure out what summoning is in a moment. For free, others have magical power costs greater than 0. To summon these cards, you must have the necessary magical power available. So at the moment, I think we don't have any. This is just our stockpile. The most common way to generate magical power is by scrapping or sacrificing a magical power card. If you scrap this card, with that example, focus. There we go. If you scrap this card, you generate 2 magical power to spend. If you sacrifice it, you generate 3 magical power instead. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Focus, focus, focus. Whenever you gain magical power from cards, that magical power is virtual. No? You may use several actions to generate magical power and add them together to pay for higher cost cards. If you generate more magical power than you need, the excess is not lost and is available to use until the end of your turn. You must keep track of any leftover magical power because you will take damage for any unused magical power at the end of your turn. Oh. These rolls are a bit convoluted. I'm honestly not sure what exactly I'm doing. Okay, but if we... So virtual magical power, is that like... We have these magical power tokens, but can we have more than 3 at a time? Because there are cards. If I try to find it, here we go. Which require 4 to summon. Which makes me think there are more magical power than is actually tokens. I think they could only afford to make 3 tokens. 3 of the hours, 3, 4, and 5, provide a bonus of 1 magical power. While preparing these rounds, place 1 magical power token on the grimoire. You may use it the same way you use the virtual magical power. Okay, so we put this on the grimoire when we move like an hour at certain points. Oh. But otherwise it's just virtual, so I actually do need a notepad and pen, potentially. Same as virtual magical power, it is returned to the box once used. These tokens do carry over from turn to turn. Okay. If any token is still on the grimoire when you advance the hour, again, you must take 1 damage for each token. So you take a damage below, you keep the tokens. Okay. I said bad with my magical power from my grimoire, also my virtual magical power from the internets. Just 3D print your barrel of unseasoned hours from trains. They're only 80, so they go back. So nothing, nobody will miss them. 80 silver, 80 sterlings. Alright, taking damage. Whenever you are instructed to take 1 damage, you take 1 damage token from the supply and place it next to the grimoire. If you take the 3rd damage token, you immediately lose the game. There we go. 3 tokens, done. Dead. If an effect instructs you to discard a card, it goes directly to the discard pile. This will usually not trigger any effects. Golden rule. If any card effect contradicts these rules, the card effects takes precedence. The end of your turn. When you cannot or choose not to summon and or use any further cards, you must discard all remaining cards from your hand and end your turn. For each unused virtual magical power, a magical power that you generated or received from cards during your turn and did not spend, you must take 1 damage and forfeit the virtual magical power. Magical power tokens stay. So each turn is a hand, correct? And it's magical power that you don't use that you take damage from. So can you just kind of like choose not to play anything, but obviously you want to play things because you don't want cards in your hand or anywhere, really. I don't understand, because the discard pile also counts against you, so how do you get rid of cards? How do cards go? That's what I'm confused about in this, because there is a discard pile and there's a sacrifice pile, but there's no summon pile, but it says summoning things. So I assume if you summon things, then the card is completely out of your hand and out of play. But I'm not sure how that works. Takes precedence. Good thing you have a prime minister and monarch is dead over there. This is an extremely accurate representation of that awkward moment when you have virtual magical power on your computer, but you run out of gigabytes and you have to delete some of it to download Diablo 4 for $75. Play it for 2 weeks, never play again, be poor. Oh, bye. If you don't choose to, cannot or choose not to summon, discard them. Yes, yes, yes. End your turn. Right. And then if it's not the end, if it just gets to the end of the first hour and this depletes, and you're like, you have to play your final turn, shuffle everything that isn't summoned, maybe. And then you shuffle it back into there. Okay, maybe these FQA cards will help. End of the game. The game may end in a number of different ways. You have taken the 3rd damage token from your supply. You die a horrible death and lose. You sacrifice a key for anything other than summoning Bahamut. Sacrificed a key. Okay, so that's sacrificing it. So we can't sacrifice a key. You face the wrath of Bahamut and lose. You advance the hour past, I think that's the 6th hour. You've run out of time and lose. You have summoned Bahamut. You may have won. Immediately proceed to final scoring. We'll get to final scoring when we get there. Okay, so cost to summon, name types, effect while in play. I assume summon means that it is finally out of the game. It won't count against you at the end. And yes, there is sheet music. This is one of many music, apparently. Hold on, let's put that up there then. There we go. Let's focus. 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 I just put it right up in his face with it. There we go. QR code if you want music, apparently, but I forgot to download that. You know what I also forgot to do? Oh my goodness. We've been in silence this whole time. I keep forgetting to do this. Oh, hold on. Give it a moment. Can we hear anything? I don't know if I can hear anything. Did my headphones turn off? There we go. We've not been in silence. We've been enjoying your voice. We'll get some ambience music in here. There we go. You're not scanning that. Fair enough. Fair enough. But it is music, if anybody wants it. And not just sheet music. It's actually for like advancing the hour and stuff. I just forgot to do that. Alright. Let's also look at the FQA first. Key, Grand Circle, wait, Book of Pacts, Grand Circle, Wand of Power, Bahamut. Oh my gosh, it's just a load of artifacts. Lodestones. Level 1 interference cards, level 2, level 3. Okay, so it doesn't actually tell you how the game plays. We are gonna figure this out by trial and error and see what happens. The thing that I was most confused about is it said, if we're going to flick through this book a lot, you cannot just voluntarily scrap or sacrifice a card. You must only ever do this if you have the option via a card cost or effect, which I don't understand. This game is weird. It is quite weird. It's quite odd, because with this card specifically, if it wants to focus, it says you can scrap it, right? To gain 1 magical power. Summoning it is 0, but there's nothing that says there's an effect that allows you to scrap it. And by the wording in this book, it means like it, I think, or at least how I interpreted it, is that you need something that can tell you that you can do things. So I'm not quite sure. Because see, that's just scrap or sacrifice to gain more. Scrap, draw a card, or sacrifice, pay 6. Oh, a lodestone. Do we need this? Summon a grand circle from your hand, but we don't have anything in our hand, and you can't get anything in your hand. Hold on. Is this just going to be a stream of me getting confused? I'm pretty sure there was something that said you don't draw things into your hand. Oh no, draw 5 cards. This make up your hand for the current turn. Okay, so this is my hand. This is my hand. For the time being. The light's a bit strong here. Ignore that. We can't sacrifice this just yet. There is also XYZ summon, a synchro summon, pendulum summon. Did I just put on spooky ambient? I just put this on spooky ambient music because I could not download this. This is my hand. Puts hand on table. Little cabbage grows up so fast. Hands. Yay, hands. All right, big brain. Let's figure out how to do this. I'm also very tempted just to see up how to play this with a video. Draw 5. Not enough cards. Fill up your hand. Draw as many as you can. A single turn always follows these steps in order. Use cards. End your turn. Oh yeah, so this end your turn is also if we have virtual power. If you scrap this card, you generate your amount of power. But how do I scrap it? Thank you for the head pats. Pat, 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 pat. Thank you. How do you always find these games where things are messy and convoluted and it's unclear what you should even be doing from moment to moment? I'm not sure. It just seems to happen, doesn't it? I feel like this should be a lot simpler. Maybe I'm just not being smart about it. You scrap it by tearing it in half, putting it in the paper shredder and bring it to the local recycling department. I feel like the lack of clarity is just consequence of learning the rules. That probably is it. I'm going to assume that you can just scrap things without anything else, because otherwise all I would do is just discard my whole hand. And then how would you generate magical power? Because this is quite literally free, right? I'm also going to get a notepad up so I can keep track of my kind of just magical prowess. So we're just gonna make a new notepad on my mobile over here. And I'm just gonna probably just type in the ones. And then delete the ones as I use it up. I think that's gonna be the best way I could do that. Advancing the hour, I haven't got to that point yet. What does it actually say on this? Commence rituals of preparation. At the end of this hour, when the deck is depleted, shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck. Turn this page. That's advancing the hour. So, sacrifice pile is to the left. Discard can be over here. It'll be slightly out of view, but it should still be view enough. I'm also just gonna move these slightly over here because it doesn't really matter until they're in play how many I have left there. So they could just kind of be right in the corner. Doesn't Motorhead have a good song called Sacrifice? I don't know, I haven't heard it. And also, I should probably not play it due to copyright reasons. Right. I'm gonna see what I can do here. This feels like a really bad hand to start with because a lot of things require a lot of power. Can I just discard these? What happens if I just discard these? Because there was something right at the end. If an effect stretches to discard a card, it goes directly to discard pile. This will usually not trigger end of your turn. If you cannot or choose not to summon and or use any other further cards, you must discard all remaining cards from your hand and end your turn. And then we will have no virtual magical power left. But then we wouldn't have played anything either, which is kind of a problem. Summoning cost, but we're not summoning anything either. We're simply just discarding them. But then it said you can't just discard them at will. I am so confused. Does that mean I just can't discard any of do anything with these? Virtual Arcane power, which means you have to take some of the power from your grimoire and get the rest from the internet. We should download it from the QR code. What if she just pranked you really hard and the Shimura in the back is just chopsticks? You know what, we're just gonna discard my whole entire hand because I don't know how I can play any of these because none of them say I can scrap them. I might just look through all the cards and see if there's anything that says you can scrap cards. If not, I'm just going to assume that you can just scrap cards. But then what's the difference between a sacrifice and a scrap? Why would you always scrap? Well, Anna, as it was with trains, you're here to emotionally support you through this confusing time. Thank you. I'm gonna peek at all the different cards just to see what effects they have. Sacrifice one artifact. Sacrifice 3 somethings to prevent all somethings. So it doesn't choose 2 different effects, discard or scrap 1 card, sacrifice 1 card from your hand, gain that, choose 2 different effects from that list, okay. Scrap 1 wax candle. Okay, there are things that says scrap 1 wax candle and take something else. But maybe... At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. Okay. Pay one whatever that... I've already forgotten what they're called. Virtual magical powery stuff. While Golem is being summoned or in play, you only take damage from using Wand of Power. All other damage is reduced to 0. Interesting. During interference, you may sacrifice this to sacrifice the interference instead of summoning it. This effect does not trigger mirror. What does that mean? Does not trigger mirror? What does that mean? Sacrificing, scrapping. Next time a card is sacrificed mirror. Oh, this! So it's the card name. And copy the sacrifice effect and or sword of the other card. And the next time a card is sacrifice mirror and copy the sacrifice effect. So it happens twice? Scrap, draw 1 card and gain that. I feel like you can just scrap things. We've also got Catboy here. Catboy, he's cute. If you cannot summon him, then end the turn immediately. Oh my gosh. Name a non-key card. Reveal cards from the deck until you reveal the named card. Oh, summon it for free and discard all other revealed cards. I would have to know the name of the cards. This is crazy. What? And then all the others too. So there's nothing that says you can or can't scrap things. So I am very confused. That wording does not help me much at all. I wonder if we should look something up. I wonder if we should look something up about how to play the game. Maybe I'll see if I can get a video up. There's a line in the rulebook that says you cannot voluntarily scrap or sacrifice a card. Yes, yes, I've said that a lot, haven't I? You can use scrap or sacrifice if the card specifies it. As in if the card itself just says scrap or sacrifice, right? Is that what that means? Is it because, yeah, because that would just make sense though. Like that would just make logical sense because if you, what would I say? If it didn't say sacrifice on the cards, then you wouldn't get anything for sacrificing it, and what's the point in that? Because it's all going back into the deck anyway. Then how do you completely get rid of cards? That's another interesting point. We'll look that up after a bit. I'll see how a turn ends, but for now, we'll just draw, come on, wand of power. Oh, lots of wax candles. A lodestone as well, and oh, what's this? A wealthy Tannist? So I can scrap and draw 3 cards, it looks like, with that. Okay. So there are a lot of things that we can only scrap, it would seem, in this hand. And we could not scrap enough to be able to summon any cards. So what if I just summon cards instead? But then you don't want to summon too many cards, I would assume. Special sacrifice 3 transit Tannist. So these guys, preventing all sword effects. Scrap 1 card in play. Sacrifice 1 other card in play with the same or lower magical power cost. Take 1 damage. This cannot be prevented. How did I get rid of damage again? Was that even possible? Also, I feel like that's a really bad thing to happen. Whenever you're instructed to take 1 damage, you take 1 damage token from the supply and place it next to the grimoire. If you take the 3rd damage token, you immediately lose the game. So this will always pop up. This guy here will always pop up, and you always take 1 damage. Scrap 1 card in play. That means you sacrifice 1 other card in play with the same or lower magical power cost. Take 1 damage. This cannot be prevented. So can I leave that and choose to discard it then, rather than scrap it or do anything like that? I think so, because you can just choose to discard your hand at the end. So what I'm thinking from this hand is rubbish. Like, maybe we can summon a wax candle, but I'm trying to remember if summoning... This light is in the way again. Oh, but if I do that, you can't see much. Oh no! What if I move it back a little bit? How's that? Oh, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Just shuffling about to get more comfy. There is a very thick chair leg in the way. And so, oh, that's much better. This is much more comfortable. So what my brain is telling me is like, maybe we can just summon? Oh, okay, the summoning is fine. I think summoning means it is completely out of the game, so you want to summon everything? Or summon bring cards into play. Oh, you cannot use your hand. Okay, we have to reread rules. You cannot use cards in your hand directly. You must first bring them into play by summoning. Okay. To summon a card from your hand, you must pay its cost to summon. Most of the cards have magical power. Cost. See that? Top left corner. Whenever you... No, not whenever you draw. You may summon as many cards as you want during your turn in any order you choose. There's no limit to the number of cards you can have in play at the same time. So I wouldn't be able to scrap it straight away because I have to summon it first. If someone puts into play, sacrifice moves it from the game. End of the game. So does the summon pile not get reshuffled? Must discard all remaining things. At the end of the hour, when the deck is depleted, shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck. Ah, so we're trying to summon. Right. Right, okay. Wait, summon or sacrifice? Sacrifice, we're trying to sacrifice. You back the mana. Okay, we haven't got much further, but we're getting there. So, I'm learning. I am learning very slowly. There will be a discard pile over this side, which will be shuffled back in here. We will have a sacrifice pile over here, which will just stay there. That's good. We want everything to go over here. We've got 2 candles and one guy and a stone and a wand of power. But we have to play the cost to get them in a playable state so that we can then sacrifice that. Tamist. Oh, Tanis. It's got a S and N. It's very blurry. I do apologize. So, after an hour and a half of starting the stream, I'm starting to understand the rules. The ladle, is it that blurred? I think he's got a mace, and he's got coins just absolutely falling from his hand. Here's the problem though, I don't want to scrap anything because there's no way I can pay for anything in my hand currently. At the end of a turn, you must discard all unused cards. I don't know how we can summon this guy. Not summon, sacrifice. I think it's due to this wand of power over on this side. Because we have to sacrifice 3, and he is a Tanist. So I don't think it matters what kind of Tanist they are. You can just sacrifice them. But we can't really do anything with this hand. Because if we put these into play, we can't scrap them because we'll just take damage. Because they only give us 1 each. Scrapping all the ones we can play will only give us 1 magical power each, which isn't enough for the lodestone to be brought into play. So is it? You must discard all unused cards from your hand. So does that mean if you bring cards into play, but you don't play them, are they still there for when you draw your new hand? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm assuming you can summon and leave them summoned. You only discard your hand, then shuffle in the discard. Ah, the discard, shuffling in the discard is right at the end. I assume the summon stays summoned then. So for example, the rules make it sound like you don't scrap or sacrifice a summon, it stays for the next turn. That's... Thank you very much for listening. Because I do need it. Your point of view of what you're able to... Is that read? Hold on, let's have a little look-see. Is that in the general? Max kind of... It's definitely blurry. It's definitely blurry. I did try to make it focus, but I can't get it to focus. It's just having a moment. Focus. Oh, that made it worse. Uh-oh. How's that? Is that better? Not quite. Nails are nice, thank you. And yes, it's much better. I'll try to keep doing it. Oh, if I put my hands in, does it automatically like focus on these hands? And then mess up? Wow, Takeru, thank you very much for saying nice nails. I specifically done them for today. You'll miss Max candles. Oh, buddy. All right. So, for example, what if I, like, say, I want 2 of these, but I'm not going to sacrifice them or scrap them or anything like that straight away. So I'll pull these, like, down here, maybe. And maybe you can just kind of see them at the bottom there. And then for the rest of the things, you know what? We'll take a wealthy guy, too, because they've all got 0. So they don't... Hold on, focus again. Focus. 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 We'll take this boy too, because we can scrap and gain that. So I think we can do that, because they were all 0. And then these 2 things we can't really do much with, so I'm just going to discard them for now. Yeah, because we can't... There's no way of us getting these into play. So we'll put them in that pile. Which is the end of our turn. When you cannot choose not summon and or use any further cards, you must discard all remaining cards from your hand, which was this bit that I put out. For each unused virtual magical power, which we took none of, we would take a damage and forfeit the virtual magical power, but that's fine. That's fine, because we didn't do that. So we start again where we draw our hand. Okay. I can see how this can be quick. You're going to go to sleep, Evium. Good night and good to you. Good game to you, Anna. Thank you very much, Evium. Have a good sleep. I hope you relax and have a nice, relaxing time. Oh boy, that guy's scary. Did I just summon 2 max candles in one turn? Alright. I might just put the wax candles, like, next to each other. I do have 2 down here, you just can't quite see. I'm running out of space already. Maybe I can actually hold these in my hand. Maybe that will make it easier to remember. So 2 wax candles. A wealthy guy. And we've got all of these. Sacrifice 1 artifact, 1 interference, or 1 Tanist. Or 1 Tanist. Oh, that might be possible. The next time this card is sacrificed, which is through special conditions. So maybe you want to get the mirror card as well. Come on, focus camera. Yeah. It's choosing to not focus again. This camera is hard to work with. So we could probably... But then, at the end of the turn, at the end of the round, would we just put all these back in to the deck? I am so confused. Because this is our hand. This is our in play for this round, I would assume. Scrap, draw one card and gain. Fire, okay. A magical power, a virtual magical power. Also, my phone did turn off because I hadn't done anything. I was trying to keep track of my virtual magical power on this, but we haven't got any yet. So, learned Tannist. If we scrap this, we can search the deck for one card and sacrifice it. That's pretty good. In Wealthy Tannist, we can draw 3 cards. Which makes me think putting them into play isn't that but it could be pretty strong. I'll have to think this through. I think Mirror Force is a trap card. I'm gonna go for... I'll bring this guy in, but I kind of want to save him because searching for one card and sacrifice it seems pretty good, but you do have to scrap him to be able to do that. So I'll bring him in. I assume scrap means it goes straight into the discard pile, if I remember correctly. So we'll go back over to here. It's just being difficult. Yeah, if you scrap it, it goes into the discard pile. Okay, got it. If you scrap it, it goes into the discard. So... Tatoeba, for example... We don't have interferences in this game, so this is kind of not great. When you draw an interference, you may sacrifice Chasuble to sacrifice the interference instead of summoning it. This effect does not trigger mirror. Sacrifice mirror and copy the sacrifice effect and or sword effect. Oh. How is the game so far? We're still on turn 1. Well, this is technically turn 2, but we're still on phase 1 because I'm taking a while to learn the rules. Also, Logan, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Oh, getting comfy. How are you? I want to see. My idea is I'm going to scrap 2 wax candles. I'm going to see how this works, which gives me 2 virtual magical power. And then I could also sacrifice this guy. And I'm pretty sure the sword effect... I'm calling it a sword effect. I don't know why. It looks like a little sword. It looks like a sword. It could be a cross. It's probably a cross, but I'm calling it a sword effect. I'm gonna scrap that. I'll gain another virtual power, and I hope that sword effect comes into being, which means I get to draw 3 cards, I think. Put my hand down for a moment. Hold on. How do sword effects trigger? Where that popped up quite early on when I had no idea what it meant. Sword effect. Several cards have a sword effect, and the effect of the card will be triggered and resolved only when the card is sacrificed by any means. Okay, so we don't draw 3 cards when we do that. Got it. Got it. So that's if it gets sacrificed by any means. I think I wanted to do that in a different order then. Actually, no, I don't think so. I got 3 virtual power. Did I want 3? Because I thought we would get to draw 3 cards. Can I rectify that because I didn't want because I didn't know how the effect works? No, we're stuck now. We're stuck. I put the card down. So we have 3, which means I can get the Book of Packs, which is a key card, apparently. Again, I'm gonna have to figure out what that means. I guess it's to do with other cards. But then you can go there. You can go there. Which means we get rid of our 3 virtual power. And to be honest, we could scrap these 2 guys, but the reason I wanted 2 power was for this guy, because then I could sacrifice a Tannis. So, and then with that, I would be able to search the deck for 1 card and sacrifice it as well with this guy. But that didn't work as planned, so I'm probably just gonna have to discard the rest of these. And get a new hand. Okay, we're getting there. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, Bahamut. 4, 5. Alright, I think there was something with Bahamut where I couldn't do a certain something, otherwise the game would end. Put those over there quickly. Charity, hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. How are you? Sorry if I go a bit quiet. I am learning games. The game will end. Use 1 point for each card sacrificed in this way. The ritual is over, so we're just gonna discard him. Take a damage, you sacrifice key for anything other than summoning Bahamut. Oh, interesting. So do they mean like this? Because Book of Packs is a key, apparently. Focus. You can't quite see it that well, but the Book of Packs is a key, so I can't sacrifice this. Isn't there a specific key card? Isn't there one named key? And some sacrifice all the cards ability to do. Lose point for each sacrifice in this way. The ritual is over. You sacrifice a key for anything other than summoning Bahamut. You face the wrath of Bahamut and lose. Interesting. So I can't sacrifice keys. We haven't sacrificed anything anyway, so we're definitely not at that point. Card Jewel, she has a Book of Packs and a family in attack position. My big brain is showing right now. You're completely lost here. That's okay. What was the loose condition? Sacrificing keys makes Bahamut angry? Yes. And I instantly lose the game. So we can't be doing that. So this is my new hand. We could scrap a Book of Packs to get a deck of cards. Which we could sacrifice to draw another card. Hold on, what? And if you want to sacrifice that, you have to sacrifice 1 card in the discard pile. Oh, we get to sacrifice a card from the discard pile. What? Wait, hold up. What? That's pretty big. That's really weird out of all things. So you're a 0 card, so I'll put you into play. Just because they stay there for a while. But isn't there a thing? Oh gosh, hold on. For each unused... No, that's virtual power. At the end of your turn. That's the end of the turn. When the shuffle the discard pile to make a new deck. What happens to the cards here? I feel like there's no mention of the cards in play. Which, again, it confuses me. Also, I remembered the filters. Alright, I turned off the noise gate. Let's turn the noise gate back on. There we go. I don't know what happens to the cards in play. Maybe we'll just shuffle and make a new deck and they just stay there. And we still have to get rid of them? Alright. We can scrap this boy for 1 virtual power, which I'm going to use instantly to put this into play. This guy here. If I sacrifice it, I draw 1 card, then discard 2 cards. Well, we're not going to use Baphomet. And I feel like this could be pretty useful later on. I'm not sure. Or I could leave that for now. I could scrap these 2 for now, which would give me 2 virtual power. So if I take these 2 guys, put them in the discard, I get 2 virtual power. At which point, which do I want? Sacrifice 1 card in the discard pile when you sacrifice this, which has no conditions for sacrificing it, you just sacrifice it. I feel like that should be used for something big though. But there's also the Weeping Tree. Sacrifice, choose 2 different effects. Discard or scrap a card. Sacrifice 1 card from your hand. Gain that, draw 1 card. I feel like this guy is probably going to be in play. I have 2 virtual powers, so I can spend it on either of these two guys. Because I will have to discard 2 cards. Eventually. And we don't want to sacrifice Baphomet. So we'll leave... We'll probably summon... Not summon, that's the wrong word. We'll probably put this card into play with our 2 virtual kind of magical powers. And then... What was it? Sacrifice, draw 1 card, then discard 2 cards. So it could be something different. None of these are going to get us any more of our magical power. Okay, we might be able to do our first sacrifice, so we could sacrifice this. Draw a card, see what it is. Oh, Salamander! Salamander, ah! That song. And then we have to discard 2. One of them's got to be Baphomet. We're not getting anything, so we're probably going to end up discarding things anyway. So if I discard those... I could sacrifice this water, which was down here, and sacrifice 1 card in the discard pile as well. So do that. This is in my hand currently, so I'll put it that way. Now we're going to look through here and decide what we want to sacrifice. I feel like this isn't going to be used because we don't have any interference other than between the bits. I don't know. You don't know that song? Is it J-pop? It's from Project Sekai. Is that? It's the water that you used to be an orchid, but you ground it up and put it in water. What the heck is Project Sekai? It's a game. It's a rhythm game on mobile. It's actually called Colorful Stage in English. We don't want to sacrifice any keys because that will end the game and kill us. I think it's going to be that artifact. Because everything else is kind of useful at the moment. And we can kind of get rid of it. The artifact, I just don't know how you get rid of it. When you draw... See, you can use it to sacrifice interference instead of summoning it. So do things stay in play when you shuffle the deck? I am so confused. I'm just gonna sacrifice it. I don't know. I'll probably just sacrifice a very powerful card, but I'm really not sure. Also, can't do anything, so it's discarded. Is Max Candle a key? No. What was the key actually? We could probably look through here. So for example, if it focuses, whoop. The Wonder Power is a key. And then what else was a key? There was a book. Boop. Book of Packs is also a key. Those are the only two keys we've come across so far. I think it's because it's here. This is why it's a key, because Bahamut needs the Book of Packs, Wonder Power, and Grand Circle. So we'll leave it at that. That's not what a key is shaped like. What is this? How did it come to this? Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 5. You must summon this card if you have at least one to do so. If you cannot summon it, then end the turn immediately. Okay. So I don't have to summon it instantly. The cat is actually an interference, it seems. Oh, so that other card would have been useful for the cat. Focus. It's not working. Level 1 cat. You're not sure how I summon anything. I think it's just some cards say summon and then this effect happens. And other times it says, oh, the way to summon it is to do this kind of thing. But we need to summon this cat. So first we need to use our magical power to get it into play. Oh, the Grand Circle. See, that's another key. We got the other key in our hand. I also need to just pull these gloves down just a tiny little bit. There we go. Now that I'm actually slowly getting it, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's just gonna take a while to get there fully. So, completely understand if people watching don't understand. Games are definitely things you need to pick up by playing yourself, but I just want to have some board game fun. Downloading for the internet or sacrificing healthy families. You don't understand anything. That is all good. I'm not a good explainer of the rules, especially when a camera refuses to focus on anything. So let's see. For example, first we have 0 magical power, but luckily we got a wax candle. Boom. Worth 0. We can scrap it to gain some fire. But it's not fire, it's magical power. The Grand Circle can only be summoned via a lodestone, so we need to keep that in play. I didn't sacrifice that, did I? No, good. And that's normal, not virtual. Technically, set scrap to gain 1 magical power is virtual. Because the rest are these little tokens over here, but they only pop up in the turning of the hour at some point. We'll get to that. Wait, what? It's very confusing. Also, Bezum. Pay fire to sacrifice who? Anyway, we need to summon this cat. You must summon this card if you have at least 1 available to do so. So we need to scrap our candle. 1 virtual power, which means like we can put this into play. I'm so confused. Wait. So that loses my virtual power. So now I've got no virtual power again. So do I need more power? Wait, hold on. Do I need more power to do that? I literally can't summon this guy. What? Then end the turn immediately. Is that when it comes into your hand? I am so confused. I'm so confused by how that card works. You must summon this card if you have at least one power available to do so. If you cannot summon them, then end the turn immediately when it enters your hand or when it enters play. I don't understand. What? That makes no sense to me. How else would it enter play other than you summon it? Ah, that's the thing. Summoning is not a thing, apparently, in this game. I am so confused. What? Because that's sacrificing. Wait, is that sacrificing? Yes. Sacrifice pile, discard pile over here. In your hand, which is not in play, use magical power to bring it into play. It does say to summon them. So it does literally say to summon them. Is summoning when you bring it into your hand? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Summoning is bring it into play. Okay, that's what summoning is. Summoning is bring it into play. You're here for me to the very end. Thank you so much. Because I am a struggling, fumbling cabbage. So, it wasn't immediate, but I was able to do it because you wouldn't have, at the end of each turn, if you have any magical power, you take damage from it and you lose it. So because I could bring into play the wax candle and then scrap it off, I'm sure that means I can summon this guy. So I'm gonna summon this guy, but it doesn't say any way that you can sacrifice this cat guy. So you will take damage from him regardless? I'm very... If you have you must summon this card if you have at least one to do so. Yeah, because I scrapped that so I can summon him. And now he's just there. He doesn't do anything, he's just there. The confusion that the player experiences trying to figure out what is going on is similar to what happens if you give your soul onto Permamat. It's an allergy. I can't say the word. I can't say the word. Alright. When the ground circle is in play, sacrifice any card that would be scrapped from play or discard from hand, preventing all of those. Oh, so you can really... This can be used to sacrifice a ton of... Not sacrifice. Sacrifice? Sacrificed, scrapped from play or discarded from hand. Wait, well, the ground circle is in play. So that means over here, but we haven't brought into play. Sacrifice any card that would be scrapped from play or discarded from hand, preventing all that. Right. That seems really OP. So we're gonna have to just hope it turns up at the start of a deck, but then that's a good point. You wouldn't want to do this too early, because if Bahamut is in your hand, then you would sacrifice it before you can do anything. Oh my gosh, is this game not balanced? It probably is. I'm just a silly cabbage. I don't know what I'm doing. So for now, we just have a cat in our hand. I assume this card is going to get rid of that cat in the future. We'll just discard this. There we go. Boop. And draw 5 more cards. Little imp guy. Gotta slide this over. Can pick it up. There we go. Artifacts, and Tannist. Magical power, the devil in the hearth. And a bell. Alright, so what do we want to do here? You would have to pay a bit to sacrifice this. So sacrifice a tennis and pay, I mean, 2 magical power. Hold on, need to get comfortable again. But we don't have any tennis in play at the moment, so we can't really do any of these. But we can do a combo here. Reveal and discard all other unrevealed cards. I don't know the names of the cards though. I think that's my problem. I don't know the names of the cards. So this bell, hold on if I get it to focus. There we go. Name a non-key card. And then you have to go through your deck continuously until you find it. And then you have to discard all the other cards. I don't know the name of the cards. I don't know what the names of the cards are, so do I have to look up a list of the names of the cards? Is that a thing? Is that what I have to do? Wait, are you sponsored by Aleph now? Am I allowed to say bad things? I'm not sponsored by anything. There's no way I would be sponsored by anything. Good cheap cards. Yes, but we need good cheap cards early on, I would assume. Because otherwise there's no way to get magical power, which you need to put into play higher level magical power things. So maybe I would have to say something like the devil in the hearth, because that way you won't risk not being able to get these guys, but then they're needed to get even stronger cards. I'm still gonna play this and do that because I think sacrificing things is gonna help, I think. So I can sacrifice this to gain 2. I might have just lost a low level good card though, but I don't know. So we gained 2. We can use 1 to bring the bell into play. And then we can pay the other one to sacrifice it. Now, I don't know the name of the cards. So this is a problem. I just don't know the names of the cards. Hold on, let's put this... Can we say this guy? But he's in play, so we'll never find him. I am incredibly confused. We just need to know the names of the cards. So are they... No, there's just all the key cards and everything here. Oh, actually, no. They do have the names of the cards over here. Oh my goodness. If the spell is sacrificed by other means, you do not need to pay the magical power. Reveal cards from the top of the deck until you can reveal the name card and put it into play for no cost. Wait. Put it into play for no cost. Oh, put it into... Wait. Reveal the name card. Summon it for free. And just... summon it for free. Naruhodo na. If things start with the same letter... and it's roughly the same length, my brain gets very confused. So you can bring it into play. So you would want to do something that is strong. So for example, you probably would want to do that devil, the devil in the hearth. I feel like there is a guy. Reveal cards from the deck until you reveal the named card. Because it's already revealed, can I just play it? But what does it mean, like, if it's not in my hand? I think it is just already revealed. So for example, I could just bring this into play. I could just summon it. Summon this guy. Discard all other revealed cards, which I guess are cards in your hand? Maybe? There's also Bahamut. He's not a key, he's a doll dude who likes to make funny shapes with his fingers. I'm just gonna assume that those are technically revealed cards. And everything gets discarded. Alright, last hand. Probably. There are 2 cards here. And we need to reshuffle these cards and draw to make up 5 in a hand. From what I can remember. So we'll just keep shuffling. We'll keep doing a little shuffle. And then there we go. 2, 3. That is a lot of those cards, which is pretty good. We're probably gonna have to shuffle the deck again in a bit anyway. So I'm assuming if you put things into play down here, that you're good, that they stay there when you shuffle again? Maybe? So, for example... Okay, I'm really confused about what this... And take that into your hand, draw 2 cards. At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. Oh, that's so good! Unless you draw Bahamut. Oh wow, actually that could be really risky. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is super risky. So you probably want to wait until Bahamut was actually out. But I'm literally just gonna summon all of these cards because they're free summons, basically. Now but if we scrap one of those whacks, this is gonna go into effect, and I don't want to risk that. So I'm just gonna leave it. Can you just summon Max Candle and Leonardo family for free? There is, hold on. I'm discarding those because it's not gonna happen. If you look here, if it wants to focus. Well, it's not, but you can still kind of see it. It's got 0, which means there's no cost in summoning it. So they are all there. And I assume that is the end of this hour. Oh my goodness, this has been the longest sunset ever. So this is the end of your turn. That's end game as well, so... There was something early on that if you cannot draw cards. There are not enough cards in the main deck to fill up your hand. Draw as many as you can, then advance the hour? Oh, so I didn't need to reshuffle. I thought it was reshuffle. And continue drawing. I forgot to advance the hour before continue drawing. Alright, so I should have advanced the hour. We'll gloss over that for now. If the deck runs out, you have to advance the hour and then continue on, like normal. I see. Advancing the hour, so we'll turn it. Whenever you are instructed to advance the hour, you take the discard pile, shuffle these cards and set it up as a new deck. Depending on the chosen difficulty of the hour, you may also need to add 1 interference card before shuffling. I don't think so. There were 3 randomly chosen level 1 and 2 interference cards. Add 1 of them at the transition from hours. Okay. Should I have done that later? Oh well, I've got it between the hours for some reason, but we'll sort that out later. Ah, like this. But that doesn't happen straight away, right? I just shuffle it in. Play with 3 randomly chosen level 1 and 2 interference cards, which makes me think they're different things, but I don't know. Once the Grimoire and return to the cover of the left and choose your difficulty for the first game, I recommend you use Circle of the Adept. Shuffle the necessary interference cards of the appropriate levels and randomly draw the given number of cards. Place these interference cards to the side and put the remaining interferences in the box. Oh, cards to the side! I shouldn't have put them in the thing. Put them out there. Let's just not... Don't tell me what they are. Boop. Boop. A boop. Alright, there we go. We will turn this over. There we go. Curfew bell. The remaining end of the box. These are just off to the side then. Ah. So when we advance the hour. Whenever you're instructed to advance the hour, you take the discard pile, shuffle, and yes. Then you would choose a difficulty, and the enemy may also need to add 1 interference card before shuffling. This set up, turn the Grimoire to the next page. I should have done that first. I should have shuffled these. We'll shuffle all these. We'll shuffle... Not all these, not all of them, but one of them. Into the deck. There you go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, we should have done that first, but we will ignore the fact that I made mistakes. Alright, we have advanced the hour. You may take damage when you advance the hour. See magical power below. So I don't... Wait, where's magical power below? Any reason the hour advances past the final hour. That's all bad. You fail. Alright. Magical power. Use common way to generate magical powers by scrapping or sacrificing a magical power card. Yes. 3 of the hours provide the bonus. Okay, we haven't got to bonus magical power just yet. And at the end of the turn, you take damage for any unused magical power at the end of your turn. So we try to keep that away, and I think that's just it. If any token is still on the Grimoire when you advance the hour again, you must take 1 damage for each token. So you're taking damage below. So that's the physical magical power tokens, I think it's referring to. Anna, Ninja, hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. How are you? I hope you're all good. It is 2 hours in and I'm still not sure of all the rules. But we are getting there. Nothing else is available to use till the end of your... And you must keep track of any leftover magical power. Alright, we've advanced the hour. What does it say on the thing? Now that the sun hath... Wait, what does that say? Now the sun hath veiled his light, and did the world good night. To the soft bed my body I dispose, but where shall my soul repose? Oh. At the end of this hour, when the deck is depleted, add an interference card. Oh, I don't add it now. I thought it was now. If it pops up, we'll just put it to the side. And then shuffle it to make a new deck. Okay, I thought when it was mentioning turning the hour, I thought turning onto the hour, not turning from that hour. Wow. You're welcome back. messed up your ankle real bad. Oh gosh. Well, you say you're all good, so I hope you got a speedy recovery on your way. The fasting of the pianist. If only this camera was better. Focus. Focus down here. No, not up there. Not up there. Down here. Do we need to get like a face picture? So it focuses a bit better, huh? Oh well. Slowly but surely, fair enough. Alright, I am gonna continue playing this. If there's an interference card there, we move it to the side. It shouldn't be in there yet. You've got a walking stick to get around the house. Oh my gosh, do you have like the crutches where you have to kind of like hobble along a little bit? I'm lucky that I've never broken any bone in my body, so I do not know the feeling. I hope it goes well. We are getting a ton of things which are just not useful to us right now. Oh my goodness, we've got most of the keys. We've got 2 or 3 keys here to summon Baphomet. Focus. That'll do. You can just about read the numbers. It's literally a stick. You got given a literal stick. You're not broken anything, but there was one time you left very weak and couldn't walk for about a week. Oh my goodness. Wow, I hope you're on your way to recovery. Even if it's slowly but surely, I'm glad it's surely rather than with complications as well. You just can't put weight on it at the moment. Okay. Get good use of that walking stick. Make yourself look wise. Alright, I have a ton of things in my hand. There's one that says search the deck for 1 card and sacrifice it. As in the top of the deck you sacrifice? I will not sacrifice the learned pianist just yet. In that case. Instead, this is free, so I'll summon you. Down you go there. We are kind of running out of room here. This game needed a lot more room than I was expecting. We can't do anything with the grand circle. The lodestone, there was something to do with the lodestone and I cannot remember. I cannot remember what it was useful for, this little guy. But something previously said a lodestone. You only take damage from using Wand of Power. I don't know how else I take damage, and I've seen all the cards. I'm very confused. The lodestone is needed to summon the grand circle. So is there a way I can just bring this into my hand and just kind of hoard it until I sacrifice it? Potentially. For example, I could scrap all 4 of these and bring the lodestone into play. And it's hitting this game right in the meta. If I could figure out what that is, yes. Hold on, I feel like I missed quite a few bits in chat. Let me scroll up. You don't know what this is. Honestly, same. Bam. If it's made of happy families ladle, if it's made of metal. The way that you've read these, it's hilarious. I do love it. Anyway, all these guys, you are getting scrapped so that I can bring the lodestone into play because it has a cost of 4, and each one of these guys on the right over here, just out of view because it's a discard pile, are you get 1 magical power. 1 magical power. 4 magical power to get the lodestone. Done. Everything else will most likely have to be discarded unless I scrap this devil guy. If I push him up, you can just about see 3 flames there. And then I can get a book of packs, which is a key item. So you kind of want to keep that. Or you can use it, scrap it to draw 1 card and gain some power. But for now, I'm just gonna scrap this guy, bring that guy into play, and we've got a key. Oh boy. I'm gonna put... This cat can just sit over here. He's just sitting there. He's just doing his thing now. But the Book of Packs and the Lodestone, which we have summoned, are very important to summoning Bahamut. Hydration is important. Thank you very much. Hold on. Where's my drink? Shaka. Thank you. We didn't get any birdie sounds from that though, unfortunately. But that's all good. Anyway, I can't do anything with these 2 guys because I can't summon them. They've got special conditions, which you can't see because it's camera above focus. So we'll put that over there. And we'll continue next turn. We're after summon? Draw 5 more cards. Oh, Bahamut's come out to play, which is actually good because there is a card in here somewhere, which means you sacrifice a lot of cards, and I don't want to risk sacrificing Bahamut. What I'm looking out for is whether that's their strategy or the game just plays itself, whether you can really affect things or you just shuffle through the deck until the stars align such you can play your key cards and some Bahamut. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works. Mother... What is that? Snipton strikes again. You're very close, actually. Very, very close. Alright, because it's 2 free cards, do that. Oh, she's very good. You can, when you summon her, which would be through another guy, which I think I got rid of, you can look at the top 3 cards of the deck, then draw 1, discard 1, and sacrifice 1. Sup, Anna in chat? I don't know what's going on. Up the sky. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. How are you? We are having a fun time. We all don't know what's going on. I'm getting there though. I actually slightly starting to understand. We are trying to summon this guy. This guy. We're just trying to summon him. It's all good. It's a good Friday night. Anyway, what am I doing again? Choose 2 different effects. Discard or scrap 1 card. Sacrifice 1 card from your hand. We do not want to sacrifice Bahamut. Gain magical power or draw a card. We have these 2 guys, so these 2, there we go, put it onto camera. So we could scrap them to gain a magical power and get this one. To which we could then we'd have to discard the salamander. I kind of want this wax candle for later though, but it might be a good idea. Actually, it'd probably be a better idea just to get the salamander in and give that a go. Because then we could just sacrifice him straight up at some point. So yeah, I will sacrifice both Mother and the wax candle to summon the salamander. And then these 2 guys I'm probably gonna get rid of. I'm probably just gonna discard. This is not going well, I think. Also, Amberthosium hastily making noms before work. I hope work is well, and I hope noms is delicious. Combat phase. Oh my goodness, there's just a lot going on. Downloading it from the interwebs. All the interwebs. Oh, we got a magical candle back. That's good. And 1 more. Hey, the thing I wanted. The thing I was wondering about. If we scrap a wax candle. So I'm going to bring the wax candle over here. Oh, Got caught on my glove. Oh, it's got caught on my glove again. And then let's bring these all up. We don't have... Oh, if we pay one, we sacrifice it. Okay, so that's what that is. Fasting of the pianist. Something there. You're saying something there. Actually, we'd need to scrap things to get the power to summon this as well. So... let's have a look, see. We probably want to keep the broom. I think I might sacrifice this guy. If I sacrifice him, I will get 3. All right. We're gonna sacrifice this guy and get 3 virtual power. There we go. How do we want to spend this? I think this artifact, Circle of Protection, is pretty good. Because when we sacrifice it, we can sacrifice either an artifact, interference, or Tanist. Oh, that's a good point. Interferences are going to pop up soon. To be honest, there's one in this deck that shouldn't be there. It's right there. That should not be there, so we'll have to take that out. Brooms found besom. Maybe it's French. And attributes the salamander to tribute summon 3 arcade power from the internet. Apparently the power of Merkel's Wi-Fi plan relies on salamanders for electricity. Hey, you're starting to get it. You're starting to understand the rules. Oh. Oh, it's if I sacrifice it, it gets into my hand. Wait, if I sacrifice it, it gets into my hand. No, if I scrap it. At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna get this guy. Oh, come on, Max Candle, please go over this side, thank you. Which is 2 power. Gone. Scrap one to bring it into your hand. Oh, from there. Right, if I use my last power to bring this here. Right? And then we've got these 2. But won't I get 1 damage from this? I am very confused. The numbers are crunching. They really are. Am I just guaranteed to take damage? Is that what this is like? At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. I do have a 1 thing here, so... Oh, I just wiped my light. If I have to squeeze around, scrap the wax candle. That gives me 1 virtual power stuff. This goes back into my hand. And I draw 2 cards. 1. That shouldn't be in there at all. So we'll just put that over to the side quickly, just ignore that. And 2. Okay. I have 1 virtual power left, I think. Can I just bring this back? Is that how that works? Can you just bring this At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. Scrap one max card and take it into your hand. Draw 2 cards. At the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. So that, in my brain, that means I can take this back. I can summon this again. I can summon this guy again. But my hand would still be discarded. Where's the unavoidable damage? I can't remember where I saw it. I've already lost it. But I feel like that's how this can play out, right? But that would be very OP for a low-cost card. Would it? I'm gonna play it like that because it does say at the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. I put this back into my hand when I did the wax candle, but the wax candle scrapping it gives me 1 magical power, which I can spend to get this back. Right? So I can spend to get that back. I will have no power left. But it's the end of my turn. I can choose to end my turn now. And all of these get sacrificed. Do the effects play? That's a good point. Do the effects, if you sacrifice it in that way, do all the effects go into play? I am incredibly confused at that card now. Because if that does, then I would just straight up destroy myself with this hand. I am extremely confused with that card. That is actually confusing. Aleph? I don't know. I genuinely don't know if it is literally you just... I would assume you would, so actually that's a really bad play because these cards are very bad to play at the end of your turn because that's an insta-kill scenario. And what good is that? Where? I think that might be it though. I don't think there's any way for me to protect myself from this. I may have screwed myself over. Shell, sorry I'm late. Love your nails, they're so cool. Thank you. You've literally popped in as I believe in game terms I have just killed myself with these cards. I think I failed. I think I didn't properly read something and now it's led to my demise. Oh no, I think that is it. We only got to the second hour. But I feel like I'm starting to get the gist of this game. No way can this game be played in 20 minutes. No way. This is not a 20-minute game. I'm trying to see if there's any way I can save myself from this. Sacrifice 1 artifact, 1 interference, or 1 Tanist. This is a Tanist guy. I think I need to use this guy to sacrifice this guy. Also, Shale, I forgot to do the proper introduction. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you're doing well. How are you? How are you doing? As I look at my demise. scrap, draw one card. That would probably just make it not great. You know what? We're gonna scrap this to draw that last card just to see what it is. Oh yeah, it's the Wand of Power, so I can't really do anything. It's over. You just went to Disney? No way! Let's still go. I hope you had a good time, or have a good time. Wow. I think I have ruined. I've just messed up greatly, and I don't know how. So I'm going to explain it quickly for people who have been for a while, so they can see the end of this. I really want to do this more. I really wish I could do hand count streams without being interrupting to people, because this is like the center of where I live, so people cannot get food while I am streaming hand count streams. All right, so basically what I think I've done, I played this card and used its ability. If it wants to focus. Hold on, let's put salamanders and things down. So, at the end of your oh, it did had it for a moment, and then it decided it didn't want to. Come on. You've got it. You can do it. I believe in you. It really doesn't want to, does it? Anyway, what it does say is at the end of your turn, sacrifice your hand instead of discarding it. Oh, now it focuses. The problem is, in my hand, we have these two guys. Now, these two guys, when you sacrifice them, you gain magical power. Sounds great, right? Well, the problem is, if it's at the end of your turn, any magical power you gain hurts you. So any magical power you have at the end of your turn hurts you. The problem is, this is 5. This is 5 magical power. There are only 3 tokens. If you get all 3, it's game over. So, that's it. It's over for me. Sorry, your camera's having a harder time focusing than me, to be honest. To be frank, I wouldn't be able to focus around Ada either. Jail, I am not cute. I am not cute. Why are you taking so much damage? Don't do that. I'm taking so much damage because the rules dictate that I have to sacrifice these guys now. And when I sacrifice these guys, I take 5 damage and it instantly kills me. Because I didn't think it through at all. I also didn't remember that there was these cards there. Sacrifice them. I think it's over. I actually think this is just over. It's just over. That's just it, unfortunately. Which is a shame because we got barely anywhere in this game. How many things did we sacrifice in the end? Actually, should that have been in there? Yeah, because of Wand of Power. Oh. And if you sacrifice any key items, the game's over as well. We died 2 different ways at once. We did sacrifice quite a few things though. But if I put all the things that can be sacrificed together, look at all of that. That's what we had left over, and we only had 4 more days left. Well, I'd give you a hand of power of applause, but it seems that there's an art error. But the hand of power is a stick and a key. Oh no. Oh no. No more of those. Oh gosh, I gotta cope. It's so difficult. But there we go. Those 2. Ah, I wish I could do hand cam streams more often. I'll try and figure out a way to be able to do that, because this was actually a lot of fun. I love my board games. But I'm definitely not going to be able to get another round in, especially with how slowly we've been playing. And it has been, what is this? 2.5 hours or so of trying to learn this game? What would have happened later on? Because these are all the same, so we can see. This hour provides 1 magical power, so we would have got one of these to spend, a little bit extra. Oh, can you ask for a favor before I depart? I'm not going anywhere super soon. We could chat. Cat? We can cat a little bit. We can chat for a little bit. Is there no flat surface in your usual streaming space? In my usual streaming space, it's only, I think I measured it to be like 50 centimeters wide, the main table, so there is no way this would fit on there. This is more. This up to where my hand is. It's probably about 50, but then you have to think there's monitors there. I don't have enough space anywhere else other than a dining room table. You wanted me to flip the pages so you could read them? Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing. I can use the top of your brain flatter than the what mirrors? My goodness. You can read this one. At the end of this hour, when the deck is depleted, add an interference card to the discard pile and then shuffle in to make a new deck. Return the page. The Exorcism of Water. There's... I don't know what language is that. Oh, guess. Hold on, I can even just bring my plinth up. There we go. Still doesn't want to focus. Fair enough. Of the wafer. Yeah, wafers. I want a wafer now. I will probably have my pot noodle very soon. End of the house when the deck is depleted. Add an interference card again and shuffle, same as usual. There we go. Reading of the pacts and signs. Whatever this symbol up here means, that means nothing to me. Why do you have possessed wafers? It's all good. Oh, no, don't fall off the book. Here is the wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Oh, Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 18. Oh, we get 1 extra magical power there. And then, here we go. The last conjuration, the clock he doth crow. We are abroad and loose, and none shall be put back. And yeah, if we turn this over and Bahamut is not summoned, the ritual ends and you lose the game. And then the judgment to see how you score the points, if I can. There we go. So even if we can just somehow win ever so slightly, that would be great. But unfortunately, we didn't get past the 2nd hour. How did I do? We're dead. We're done. We're just not here. We don't exist anymore. That's it. All done. You're eating some lemon wafer slices. What's that? Is it literally lemon? I prefer like vanilla wafers and chocolate wafers. You hope the next time you're able to get to the exorcism of the wafers so that you can cleanse them. Lemon flavored cookie thins. Oh, very nice. Oh well, there's the book. We were unable to summon Bahamut. We got stuck in the 2nd hour out of how many? 6. I think there's 6 hours. And we didn't even survive to the end of the 2nd hour. So that really sums up how everything has gone. I didn't get anywhere even near the middle. We're not even middle of the pack, we're just the end. We're just right, like, didn't even get there. Didn't get anywhere. But that's okay. For a first try, that wasn't bad. And if I had more time, we would be playing a lot more, trust me. I've got all the kind of help here, which I think lists just all the cards, but it doesn't tell you their like power or what exactly they have on them. Like, for example, that... What was it called? Let's have a look-see. See me tomorrow. Would it be tomorrow your time when I stream next? There's more than 24 hours away till I stream next. I'm trying to find where that guy is. Where is that imp guy? Okay, I have completed this. Oh, there he is. The devil in the hearth. I don't think he's mentioned in any of those things, unless he is. Learned the weeping tree. No, he's not. He's not on any of these helping sheets because he's just a way to get magical power, I think. There's apparently a succubus. Okay. Interferences. Succubus apparently doesn't want us to summon anybody. But I think I will probably leave it there. I should probably find someone to raid before we head on out. I feel like... Oh, Dom is streaming, but so is Tofu. Maybe we'll go over to Tofu. Maybe something a little bit calmer will be nice. Oh, Chicken is streaming. Ayudisu is streaming as well. Oh my goodness, so many good people are streaming. Biggs as well. I don't know who to go to. Oh no, I wasn't expecting this many choices. I think Tofu, Biggs, and Dom are doing a Pokemon Soul Lock, Nuzlocke together. I feel like that's a good one to go to because collabs are a lot of fun. And also we can say hi to everybody, not just one individual. So we might do that. I usually don't stream when Ayudisu is streaming though. I will figure something out because if we do more streams like this, then we'll most likely see Ayudisu at some point. And at the moment, I can't do more streams like this, simply because of everything going on and being able to set things up. But I really want to do more of these in the future. This has been so much fun. I know the rules are very hard to understand and all that, but we will get there. If I ever announce an Alpha Null stream, it's not Alpha Null, it's Aleph Null, there we go, stream again in the future, just, you know, look up how to play it on YouTube potentially beforehand. Hopefully there's a 15-minute instruction to say this is how it's played, rather than my endless waffling that has been today. So I'm just going to have a little look-sees. Yeah, it's just Tofu Rabbit. I keep forgetting everybody's full handle, but Tofu Rabbit, if I can spell it correctly. She is the same everywhere, which is amazing. All my names are slightly different, so I've got Anna Frey EN VTuber here on Twitch. I've got Anna Frey Reality on Twitter. And I've got Anna Archives on YouTube. I guess it's got like just different names, slightly different names depending on like where it is. So it kind of gives a better idea of what that is about. But yeah. Anyway. Boop. We should probably head on over to Tofu. Something a little bit calmer, something a little bit more easier to understand, I would hope, as well. I will just quickly click on that and see how she is doing. Ah, she's in her chibi form. I hope it's going well for her. But we will head on over there and have some fun. Thank you very much for coming along to this stream. It was very wordy, winded. We didn't get that far, but now that I have the game, it is an option in the future as well. We can have nice nails. We can try to summon Bahamut. We can just have a lot of fun together. This is always going to be an option. I will probably play some of this in my own time as well, just so I can get the gist of it. And then we can go up the difficulties if I get more confident. Probably not going to happen, but definitely want to play this on stream in the future again. posted a meme about this in chat. I did see something in Discord, so I will see that later. Until then, have a very nice evening, very nice morning, whatever time of day it is. I hope you have a great time, and we'll see you later. Have fun. Bye-bye.